And how much fun do we all have doing this? I know you're all on because you also all think it's a hoot and a holler, which it really is. So we have way too much to cover tonight, and I really want everyone to see it. So I'm going to talk a little fast and get through the beginning really fast so that we can get to seeing the good stuff. There are so many fun giveaways tonight and goodies and coupons and all kinds of stuff. But let me go over First of all, big thank you to everyone who came on and is doing this. They're just the best. I love them all, and you guys as well, because I have a blast hosting these online soiree, shindig, get down, hoedown type of things. And I'm just very grateful that everyone, all these great teachers come on and do it. So a big hug to all of them. And quickly with your tools, if you haven't found it already, basically all you need to know about is you have that little area where you can type in questions. And usually when we do a live class, that's where you ask the teacher questions. Tonight, because there's going to be so many people on, I might not be seeing them because they're sort of flying by fast, but not to worry. And also tonight, different from the class, we have so much stuff to show you that it's not preloaded. So you're going to have to give me, the IT girl here, that is only under the influence of water, just a few minutes in between each teacher's presentation so I can load it up and show you on the screen. That being said, depending on if you have what kind of Wi-Fi connection you have, if you're on Wi-Fi or if you're a hard connection on the internet, the videos could look a little animated looking, a little jumpy, but you'll, depending on how fast your service is, you'll still get the idea. And you will get follow-up emails. Actually, I'm breaking it into 2 newsletters because there's so much stuff tonight with all the links and the coupon codes and all of that. So don't freak out and type in questions of like, wait, what was that one? What was that one? I'm going to try and throw links in the chat box as well as not to worry. You will get the newsletter if you register. You'll get all of that. So that's that. And what else? Oh, this is the first thing that I want to say before I introduce all our special guests tonight, because I'm just so excited that the first thing I want to show you guys is it's the launch of the fall season of classes. So you know how much I love doing all this and doing the online classes. And if you haven't taken an online class yet, oh, come on. It's just way too much fun. So when you come on here and see all the new classes tonight, here they are. There's about, how many do you have? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 of them so far. And this is where you can come on and look at these all tonight. And I'm showing you this right now because, and I will say this a few more times tonight, for this week, for the opening of the new season, I always give a 25% off coupon code, and it's more tools. I'm just saying, I'm like my best customer. I would sign up for all of them and take advantage of that. That's just the kind of girl I am. So write that down, more tools. You'll get an email that'll say that so you can go cruising around later on. A lot of the teachers on tonight are going to be teaching classes. You're going to see more pictures of what they'll be teaching. So there we go, 4 minutes. That's enough. Now I get to introduce to you. I'm going to leave that there in case we need that coupon code. The people we have on tonight. We're going to be hearing from Hattie Sanderson, Patrick Cusick, Wannery Tanner, Brenda Swader, Aaron Harris, Debbie Carlton, and Mr. Tim Adam. I'm telling you, they have so much fun to show, so much fun stuff to show you. You're just going to love it. So sit back and enjoy. Who's up first? Up first tonight, we have Hattie. Hattie Sanderson. Hello, darling.
Hi, everybody.
She's a little upset because she says she has a frog in her throat, but I think she sounds.
I do.
You sound perfect. So
maybe I sound sultry. That would be good.
You sound fabulous, darling.
Okay, I will do my best.
And if you haven't, well, you're going to see in a second. Wait, let me open everything. I don't have to talk about it until I show you everything. All right, so we're going to start with Hattie's going to show us 2 of her favorite tools, and I'm going to start this here. And go ahead, Miss Hattie.
We're going to start with the multi-mandrel, that single, the still shot of the multi-mandrel.
Okay, there you go.
That's in the background there. That, okay. What I'm showing you are not new tools, but they're tried and true tools that I truly love. This is the multi-mandrel, and it is my favorite mandrel for making rings. It's a straight style mandrel, and what I really love about it is it has an 1.5 inch of work area, 1.5 inches of width, which is awesome for your high shrinkage clays and your big rings, which I'm a real fan of. And you'll see it used in my next little video. So.
And this is metal clay for anyone who is.
Yes, sorry. It was designed specifically for metal clay, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So there
Okay.
we go.
Okay, this is the Hattie's Ring Shank Guide, and it was designed for easy measuring and trimming of ring shanks, again, metal clay. The color coordinated marks you see there are for the sizes for trimming your shank, and they do coordinate with your mandrel size that you're working with. I'm showing you just one style of shank here. It's going to be a tapered shank, and I'm working with a size 10 mandrel, and I'm going to trim to the red marks on each end, which are for the size 10 or 11 mandrel. And everything's equidistant from the center lines you'll see as I'm working here. And then I want the widest part of my metal clay to be 1 inch wide. So I'm going to trim equidistant 1/2 of an inch from the center mark. Sorry, I kind of talk kind of quickly here. And so I have a total width of 1 inch. And now I want the center part of my ring shank to be 1/4 of an inch wide. So I'm going to use a straight edge, such as this plastic clear or translucent plastic sheet, and I'm going to lay it to find 1/8 from the center mark on one side and make a mark. And do the same for the other side. Find 1/8 of an inch from the center mark. And I'm going to get a total of 1/4 inch width. Okay. Then the next thing, I'm going to trim the taper using a blade, and I'm just going to bend it and use that center mark and go to the edges of the metal clay slab. And then you want to do this for the other side. And a tip here is you want to be working directly over the clay so you are the most accurate.
And not drinking margaritas.
Right, right. And then the final thing we'll do using this guide is you will make a center mark because the center of this will be the narrow part on the bottom of my finger. And I don't want this to fit funny on my finger. Excuse me, I want to make sure it's centered. So make a little mark there and make sure you don't dent your clay. And I kind of zoom in here just for a second. I don't know if you can see that I have not dented the texture there. Now the multi-mandrel comes into play, and you want to put a non-porous strip of paper of some sort on the mandrel. And you'll see I like to put guidelines on my paper, and the T is for top, B is for bottom. And we'll put those. We'll align the metal clay with the bottom mark and let gravity help us out here a little bit. And then rotate it around till one end of the seam is at the top, and you'll see there's a little T there for top. And there's a little bit of extra length built in on purpose, so we have a little bit. It's always better to trim clay than to try and stretch it and smush it. We'll have a weaker joint. So once I've trimmed it, I'm going to take my thumb and make a 45-degree angle smush, is what I call it. It's real technical, but it just makes a nice surface area for joining. Gives us a little more surface area and a nice easy taper. I like to do things easy. So put a little bit of slip on there. And this is sterling clay, by the way. And I'm going to let gravity help us here and bring it around. My bottom is aligned so it fits correctly on my finger. Come around to the top and make sure everything's aligned. And then I'll use my blade again to trim right at that top line, just through that top portion of metal clay, not all the way through, to remove the excess. And then this is what I call a modified dovetail joint. I like to take a needle tool and pull some of the top clay into the bottom part of the clay, working towards a nice strong joint and also making the entire ring shank the same thickness. So you can see this is a side view. The bottom is centered.
Nice. You make it look easy, though, I say that.
Well,
really
I
do.
can do this in my sleep, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I've done it a lot. And then we have a still shot of a simple example of this style, this particular style.
Which I love.
That's it. That's it. Right. So this particular style has the seam on top, and then you just decorate it. But so that's just one style. So I like to make my life easier, and so those are two of my favorites.
You know, what's amazing to me is you showed the basic ring, but that ring now looks just fabulous and not like you're not thinking basic. Love everything about it.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to show a few other rings. Beautiful.
This is a PMC sterling.
Lovely.
And that's using one of the techniques I'll be teaching in next week's class.
And this one, is that gold?
This is 22 karat gold and the fine silver metal clay.
Beautiful.
And this is also fine silver. and that all comes apart to put together with nuts and bolts. So you can interchange the bead part if you want. And this is PMC sterling. And this is another variation of that same technique I just showed you. It's just a little bit different shape, but the seam is on top. I just chose to hide my seam creatively. I'm a person who, rather than smooth joints, I see it as an opportunity for embellishment.
I like how you think.
I don't really want to work too hard. My time in the studio is so precious, and I want it to be fun and enjoyable and just as easy as it can be.
That's the go with the flow concept. Beautiful.
Yep.
That works. Love.
This was actually a ring I did for the Master's Registry, nesting rings. So that is fine silver metal clay.
And here is what you're going to be teaching.
This is a view of the dome rings. I'm going to be teaching this next week, and it's going to be PMC sterling, and we're going to, part of it we want to use, I like big rings, and so part of what I'll be teaching is using techniques to use your clay economically, so I can still get a big ring, but use my clay economically and still, have a lot of volume. Also, I'll be pretty detailed on firing the sterling rings and how I work with that, and ring sizing inserts, and how I deal with all that. Removing oxides, all those things that people have been emailing me a lot about. So I try to answer all those in next week's class.
So there you go, guys. And I've had a little sneak preview, and she does just that, and it's really fun. So next Wednesday night, that'll be live here with Hattie, so you can sign up for that one. But now, because this is the More I Love Tools, we have our first giveaway.
Yay!
I know. All right, wait, hold on. I want to show everyone. We're giving away, we have the picture right here. We're going to give away to some lucky winner this ring mandrel, also with that ring shank guide. And then we have 2 extra ring shank guides to give away as well. And I want to say a big shout out to the people who are doing that, which is my first, here's where I need my metal clay supply, where you can get all of Hattie's supplies as well. But they are, well, I'll tell you in a second. There's a few different things. So let's pick our first winner out of everyone who's here tonight. So Hattie, you're going
I think the panelists should be included.
I know.
Pick me.
I know. I know. I'm sorry. I know.
Why?
But we can't. It's just the way it is. We have to give it away to someone else. So what can I tell you? All right. So we're up to, whoops, another one just walked in. 369. Pick a number between 369, Hattie.
Oh, goodness. 241.
241. Okay, 241. Linda Grimes. Linda Grimes just won. Linda, you just won.
Yay, Linda, congratulations.
So let me write that down. So here's the deal, Linda. Just send me, don't do it, just send me an email at allison@craftcast.com with your mailing address, and we'll get that all done. So you just won that. Now, give me 2 more numbers for people who are going to win a ring shank guide.
I think number 1, the first person who signed up should win one. Yeah.
Well, it's in alphabetical order now, so it's not the first. Yes. So the first person is going to be Alcina Noli. Alcina, you just won Alcina Noli. You just won a ring shank guide. Let me write that down. And give me one more number, Hattie.
52.
52.
And I am not that old, by the way.
Oh, no,
you were thinking that was my age. It's
no.
Not.
No. That would be Dana Phillips. Oops. Someone else just came in. Dana, you just won a ring shank guide. So again, send me an email, and I'll make sure that that gets out to you. Just want to write down your names.
How fun is this? You need to have a little applause recording in the background.
Oh, you guys, wait!
You
can hit your little hand. See that little hand, you guys? You all have a hand when you want to write a question. You can hit that back and forth, and it looks like you're all applauding, which I love. I know we do. We need a little more applause. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Everyone, thank you. Everyone's doing their hands. Thank you. Isn't that great? We love that. But now listen, because the people over at Metal Clay Supply Company, they were so sweet that they're also giving a coupon code to everyone. I'm just telling you. So if you're like, I really wanted that, this is really good. Here you get 15% off both of the tools mentioned. So if you want to go order it, you're going to get it for 1 week. You can get 15% off. I love a coupon. I'm just telling you. The coupon code is favorites. So write that down, favorites. again, you'll get an email tomorrow. If you're too busy drinking and have no pen, it's okay. You'll get it tomorrow. But you're going to get 15% off of those items. So I want to thank everyone, the guys at the people at Metal Clay Supply for doing that for us, because that was great. And now one more thing, because Ms. Hattie has a new book out, which is like
Yay!
birthing a baby for sure.
Absolutely.
I don't have the big picture of it, but I did get to see the book, and it's exquisite.
Thank you.
Exquisite. And of course, Mr. Tim McCrite over at Bryn Morgan Press published the book, which is lovely. So he is willing to give away a book tonight. So, hello, now we can give away that book, and you're going to love it. So, Hattie, one more number from you.
Okay, 301.
Okay, 301.
Oh,
Wow.
that's me.
I feel so powerful.
I think that's me.
It's not. It's Sue Schroeder.
Oh, congratulations, Sue.
Sue Schroeder. Yay, you just won a really fabulous book.
Yay.
I
And
gotta tell you, I am super excited to share this book with everybody.
you should be. It's exquisite.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you, Sue, this. No one else listen for a second. I'm not so good with the metal clay. I'm just telling you. But the book will inspire you no matter what you do. I work in the real metal. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying I'm not good with the metal clay. I'm learning because I'm going to class with people like Hattie. But the book is beautiful and inspiring, and so many great pictures and things in there. So congratulations to you guys. Everyone's like, you're welcome, Sue. Yay. Is the Serenity Ring shown in the segment describing Hattie's new book? I don't know, Hattie, is it?
What was the question?
Is the Serenity Ring shown in your no, not in this segment. You're not teaching that part at all, right? It's not in your class next week, is it? Serenity?
No, next week is the dome ring.
Just
but the
dome
Serenity ring, yeah, that's in the book.
Okay, that's in the book. So there you go, Sherry. All right. So thank you, darling. You did great.
You are welcome. You are welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I'm going to mute you for a while so
Absolutely.
I can unmute. All right, hon, and then I'm going to mute. And thank you again. And
all right,
everyone's very happy. And congratulations again on your book.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. How cute is she? And that book, now I can really talk behind her back. She's gone. The book's amazing. I'm just telling you. All right, so Brenda, I'm unmuting you now, Brenda. Are you there, darling? Miss Brenda.
I am. How are you?
Oh, good. You're there. Okay. Just wanted to get yep as each one. All right, so now who's next? Let me do my checklist here. I want to make sure we get all the coupon codes and everything. Wannery, it's you, hon.
Hi, everybody.
It's your next. There you are, number 2. So let's get your videos loaded, and we'll get your pictures open. And okay, so everyone, if you don't know Wannery Tanner, you're now going to meet the amazing Ms. Tanner here, who does, she's just a fiend. I don't really know what else. I sort of don't have words for most of these people. You're all like amazing. But Wannery keeps coming up with stuff that will just blow your mind. So I'm going to leave it at that and let her take over from here. So we're going to show your video first, correct?
Yeah. What I'm going to show you guys how to do tonight is, I'm sure most of you metal clay people are familiar with scratch foam, which is basically like a thin, soft-sided styrofoam that you can just draw into and it'll create a texture. And I've been working on a process to create like a hard-sided texture plate that's going to have a much longer life than just scratch foam alone. And the way that's done is I just use a transparency paper, like overhead film, and bond it to the surface of the scratch foam, and then I use the Silhouette Cameo, which is a electronic cutting machine that I introduced in the last I Love Tools event.
Right.
And it's, originally was used to cut paper and fabric, and we're just kind of coming up with different ways to use it for metal clay too.
Which is crazy. And I can't,
it's
everyone
really
will see,
cool.
but this blew me away. We did. All right, so I'm going to run your first video.
Yeah, so anything that you can pretty much design whatever you want right onto the program there. What you're seeing is just the basic border design. So I've already made my scratch foam transparency plate there. And what I do is I cut those red lines first, and it actually cuts all the way through the transparency film. So what you're watching is the little cutting blade, and the machine is just going to cut that design directly onto the scratch foam. And then I do a second cutout, which is a much lower relief, and I just basically etch the surface of the scratch foam by pulling back the extension of the blade, so it's not hanging out as far. So it's just scratching that very top part of the transparency film, which gives it this like cool low relief super fine line. And then I go in and I use this tool, which is the Amy Chamas engraver tip there, and it's a carbide blade. It's made in America. Her dad actually makes it in his machine shop.
Oh, wow.
And you just use that, and it goes in and it presses all those areas that I cut out earlier. So it's an incredible tool. You can actually use this to engrave right onto your metal clay, onto metal. It's just really a neat tool. And here we're going to show the pictures of the texture. Actually, next is the texture plate picture and the pictures of the rings down there.
Let me go back to here.
So you can see, yeah. This is the plate after it's been cut and then pressed with the engraver. And then you'll see the ring is actually using those very same texture plates.